Welcome to another edition of Helmets Off. I'm your host, Scott Mitchell. Helmets Off is now on. Okay, you want to know the secret to success? It's all in your mind. All in your mind. When I played professional football, there were a lot of really talented people. In fact, they all were talented. Every year the draft would happen. You watch these new guys come in and you say, wow, these guys are so good. They're so amazing. They're so talented. And then you'd watch them practice. You'd watch how they approached everything. And in very short order, you go, that guy's going to make it. That guy's not going to make it. That guy's not going to make it. That guy's going to make it. And how you knew is how they mentally approached the game, how they believed, what they thought of themselves, how they prepared to deal with all of the challenges, all of the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, all the things that happen to you as a professional football player. And there's a lot to deal with. I mean, there's a real vast amount of things that actually you have to handle. And usually it's for the first time in your life. And one of the biggest challenges is actually, how do you deal with money? How do I deal with, because you get a lot of money, and that is a new thing. That's like unheard of before in anyone's life. And so understanding how to handle this, also understanding how to handle fame. It's very strange to walk down the street and someone go, hey, I know who you are. Could I have your autograph, or could I take a picture? That's an unusual thing. It doesn't normally happen to people. And you start to get wrapped up in this. How do I handle watching myself on television every day? How do I handle being in the newspaper? Although the newspaper is not as big a deal today. I mean, it is. It's called social media. It's all online. But you're constantly in the newspaper. You're constantly on television, and you're being barraged and you're being hit from all directions. And that's not even on the field yet. I mean, this is just before you get there. And then you go on the field and it's like, all of your coaches, all of your teammates, if we don't win, if we're not successful, we're out of here. You do not last. You go home. It's over. It's done. I want to share with you a couple of secrets and things that I did that really helped me to make it. And it wasn't, you have to have the talent and the ability, and a lot of people do. A lot of it's just being able to run fast, to think fast, to be athletic, to move around. Everyone at every position has that. They're not like, you can't play and be a non-athlete. As non-athlete as maybe Tom Brady supposedly is, he's not a non-athlete. He can, he's not a fast guy. He doesn't move like super stealth like Patrick Mahomes, but he doesn't have to. He can throw the heck out of the football, and he's a fierce competitor, and he's got the right mindset about everything. Anyways, so let me just share with you a couple of things that have really helped me or were pivotal key points to my success in the NFL. And really it starts with, your greatest performance is going to happen when you can stay in the present. In fact, Nick Foles talked about this on a recent game. So he won the Super Bowl, and he's like this backup quarterback, hadn't really had a lot of success, and he's almost out of football. He comes in really, really late in last season, plays like the last 3 games, I think, of the season, plays through the playoffs, and then wins the Super Bowl against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. And he said, I stopped thinking about the results, and I just focused on the moment. Staying in the moment is the key to your success. Because if you start thinking about how much money I have and how many people like me, and if we lose this game, the coach gets fired, or I lose my job, I can guarantee you, you're done. You're out. It's over. So staying in the present. Our greatest performances happen when we stay in the present. I'd come in for Dan Marino, who had just blown out his Achilles. First play of the second half, I'm in the game. I threw an interception right before half that went back for a touchdown. My first real playing time in the NFL. The circumstance could not have been worse. And I looked at my teammates in the huddle, and I could tell they had no confidence in me, that I wasn't Dan Marino. I hadn't even ever played. I'd been sick in the hospital the night before. And I looked at all of them. I said, just do your job. And you hear this all the time. Just focus on the moment. Take care of right now. And that's all you need to do to have success. Well, in the second half of that game, I threw for 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. I was named AFC Offensive Player of the Week because I stayed in the moment, because I didn't worry about what had happened. A really good friend of mine actually teaches peak performance, and he talks about worry. Worry is when you anchor your thoughts in the past and you project them out into the future. You can't deal in the past. It's over. It's done. Remember A Christmas Carol? And the ghost of Christmas past says, look, it's over. I can't take back these moments. And then you get projected out into the future, and it's like, oh, that's what's going to happen if I don't deal with right now. All I can control is right now. And really, it's in your mind what you can control. That's why routines are so important. That's why focusing on the task at hand. That's why all of this practice that goes into, I have a target, I have a routine, and I focus and stay in the moment. I don't think about, okay, I'm hitting the final putt to win the Masters. I go through the same routine as that putt that I do all the time, and it doesn't ever change. Really successful people have routines, they have patterns, they focus on targets all of the time, and they stay in the now. All right, here's my last thought on this, and I'm just telling you, I could talk to you for months about this stuff because I love it. Greatest invention ever created was that little brain that sits on top of our neck. It's the most powerful computer. It can do and accomplish anything if you'll just program it the right way. You don't have to go to Microsoft. You don't have to go to Apple. You have to go within yourself and program it the right way. All right, I was drafted by the Miami Dolphins, 4th round, 8th or 9th quarterback drafted that year. The guy ahead of me was some guy named Dan Marino. He was amazing. I was never going to play. The reality is I was never going to make it in the NFL for a day if I didn't go to the Miami Dolphins with the attitude that I was the starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. And that's how I approached it. I'm buying, I'm selling. I sound like I'm on the stock market. No, I took everything I owned, boom, moved it to Miami, Florida, rented an apartment for 2 years before I ever went to training camp because I believed and I knew and I expected in my mind that I was the starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. I wasn't hoping it might happen someday. I wasn't wishing, I wasn't wanting. I knew it, I expected it, and I believed it today. And that's called vision. And you have to see yourself as that person, whoever you are, long before it ever happens. And when you see yourself as that person, it will happen like immediately. It's powerful what you put into your mind. If you see yourself as a loser, if you see yourself failing, if all you see is being successful in life is a dream, it always happens for everyone else, it never happens for me, well, you're right. You're programming your mind to see it as a dream and not a reality. Be your best self today and live in the moment, and magic will happen in your life. All right, Helmets Off is now off. You can text helmets to 65537. Go to those social sites and like us. Dial us in on that phone of yours. Be careful what you think because you're always right. Until then, we'll catch you soon.